Today we are headed to Arnarfjörður. Arnarfjörður is the second largest fjord in the Westfjords of Iceland. And out of all of the fjords located in the Westfjords, I think Arnarfjörður is the most beautiful. This is because of its diverse landscape, its breathtaking scenery, and of course the eccentric and unique inhabitants. Today we will pay a visit to the homes of two former inhabitants. First, we're going to pay a visit to the farm of Uppsalir, which was home to Iceland's most famous hermit. His name was Gísli, or Gísli á Uppsölum as he was more commonly known. He lived there for many years by himself, because obviously he was by himself because he was a hermit. After that, we will head down to Brautarholt, which is the museum of Samuel Jónsson. Samuel Jónsson was also an inhabitant of Arnarfjörður, and in Arnarfjörður he wanted to recreate the Vatican, so the Vatican in Rome, so he wanted to recreate that out of cement. So there's a very interesting art museum there dedicated to him. I will be taking a camera with me, and this time I'm taking my Hasselblad Xpan. And for those who are not familiar, the Hasselblad Xpan is one of the most legendary 35mm film cameras ever made. The most unique thing about it being, of course, that it takes panoramic photographs. And it's my favorite camera.
So we are located at Selárdalur in Arnarfjörður in the Westfjords region, and we are just located right by Gísli's house, Gísli Gíslason house. But we are going to have a look at that. But Gísli is probably one of the most famous and known hermits in Iceland that there has ever been. He was kind of like discovered in 1979, 1980, and there was a man called Ómar Ragnarsson who went for the Icelandic television back in, I think it was 1983 or 4, when he landed on the airstrip there on his plane and paid a visit to Gísli. He did it twice, both in the winter time and in the summer. So we're going to have a look at Gísli's house. So we're going to check if it's open or not. It is open. So we're going to have a look. So the general idea with the house is that to make it as like a museum without any guide or anything. So you're yourself, you're the guide. But most of Gísli's things that has been preserved, they are at Njótur, at the museum there. But the future idea is to move it over here and make it as like a museum for the public. But what has been done here is that the roof has been replaced, and as you see, there are new windows in the house as well. And there you can see Gísli's stove and sink and some stuff. When Ómar arrived here, or the news reporter, or people in general, they didn't necessarily understand Gísli, because there were not many people paying him a visit back in the days, and he was kind of he forgot the language. So you had to listen very carefully to his speech if you wanted to understand what he was saying.
So þér alveg sama hvernig þessum ráðamönnum í veröldinni vegnar?
Já,
það eru engar áhyggjur af þeim?
Nei.
Þessum forsetum og kóngum og slíku fólki?
Hann var fækkum kóngar. Hann heldur ekki að fara fækkum kóngar.
Já, það fara að fækka kóngurum, já.
Já. Það var ekki mest.
We are down here at Brautarholt, where Samuel Jónsson used to live. And Samuel Jónsson was one of the special characters from the Arnarfjörður region here in the Westfjords, but Samuel had a dream after he quit working. That was to kind of build everything he thought of made out of concrete, so as the Lion Fountain and the Art Museum and some other statues. Fortunately, right about the year 2000, the whole thing was almost had come down to collapse and was unmaintained and stuff. But fortunately, the government stepped in and got a specialist from Germany and to repair the statues. And this is a museum today, and we are going to donate the 500 kroners for it. And hopefully it's gonna help us to build up the place, of course. So the church which he built has been rebuilt, and there are replicas of Samuel's paint and like his art. He was also he made lots of stuff with his pocket knife, and he was just like an artist, true artist. He never studied art or anything, but you can see on the paintings he had some talent. And if he ever went to school, he'd probably become one of Iceland's most famous artists. And in the corner here, this is like a model of the St. Peter's Church in Rome. This is not the original model. This is a model of the original one, but the original model is lost. And candlesticks and the frames for his artwork, he made that all in hands.